We were not able to call Leela. We were taught to call her sister. My sister, Leela. My sister, Queen. My sister, everything. So, we were not blessed in my group. I have 4 grandsons, 4 great-grand, and no girls. So you don't know what you're missing when you don't have a sister to be that way. So we want to just thank you all that's here with us tonight, because they have other people going to be on the program. But Rev don't have to preach too much tonight, because the Queen is in heaven. The Queen is there with her mother, her father, her husband, and she's having a good time. So thank God for you all. But let me have another little piece to tell you about, and that's a name that nobody knows maybe a lot about. It's the Dossman. I don't know if you know anything about the Dossman family, but there was only one Dossman. That was Ben Dossman. Ben Dossman was one that knew where he came from. His name was never, nobody knew his daddy was a white man.
Amen.
But he always knew who he was. We always knew who we were. We are Dossman. So I want people to know that the Dossman name, the first St. John Church was built over here. It was built by Dossman. The land that they built it on was given to St. John by Dossman. And that was Horace Dossman daddy, and there were no sisters. They have no sisters, but they had brothers. And they left a legacy for all of us. And I just want my grandkids, my great-grands to know, you better not ever mess up that Dossman name.
That's right.
Because listen, her name means so much. We came back way in St. Landry. I don't know if any of y'all know where that is. But our father, Ben Dossman, he would always be able to make a good living. 35, 40 bills of cotton was done for us to not think.
Amen.
But that's people had big families. That's why you had a family. Your family was your strength.
Right.
You understand? So we always, if you look around in the Dossman, you don't see too many thin Dossman. They're all kind of big. They ate good and they lived good. I don't know that people know right now that.
Amen.
There's a lot of good things about a Dossman, because you can go in Bill Platt and Miss Queen, the Queen, and she didn't have to go to the courthouse. All she had to do was to call and say, somebody's in jail, let them out. I'm coming and I'm gonna bar them out. That's the kind of sister that I have. Maple, Bradley, Queen, and Leela.
Amen.
That sister in California today is 94 years old. Maple Bradley was 86 years old. Queen Esther Dossman Bradley, 88 years old. What you can complain about, God? Our God was just so good. And look at Curley Dossman. Going to be 87 years old in July 31st. Just celebrated my 66th wedding anniversary and still got there. But the Dossmans left more than just a name. They left a legacy because we came up from St. Landry. I don't know if anybody knows what St. Landry is. You'll maybe see a culture like we pass through. But we came here in the Ville Platte in 1942. We've been part of St. John for 78 years. I just said, where we got our roots from. When we came here, we never had been into school. We went to school in the church house. We went to school in the church house. At that time, they didn't have funerals in the week because people worked in the field. You had funerals on the weekend. But at that time, they would bring the bodies to the church on the Wednesday or Thursday, we were having school with that casket in the corner. Understand? But how you've been blessed. Thank God that my daddy said, well, I have fathered 13 children. All of them didn't have a chance. He said, but I got 2 left. Queen and Curley. We're going to put this farm, this mules down. We're going to put everything down. We're going to move to Bill Platt. I want Queen and Curley to have an education. Thank God. We graduated from the 6th grade together, Queen and I. You know, they say, what it is in a name. I remember well that the motto, launch but not anchors. That was our motto. We came to Bill Platt, and we would hear say that not for ourselves, but for others. We graduated from 12th grade, 7th grade. We went to Leland College. We graduated together. And the motto was not for ourselves, but for other people. It was never something about us. Our daddy never taught us to worry about yourself, because whatever God gives to people, he gives some fruit trees. He always makes some trees everywhere. You go in the woods and you'll find some trees and everything. But you know, the fruit is not for the tree. The fruit falls and it goes to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's what we've always been taught to do. Listen, it's not about you. It's not about you. God will make a way for you. And I want to tell y'all, we look at St. John, I look at my pastor, and he's been more than a pastor. He was my student. He was my football player and everything. And he's done so much for Bill Platt. I want to thank God. I served on the city council for 26 years. When I left the city council, I recommend to the city, the people in Bill Platt, I said, I want Reverend Jack to take my place. And he's been there ever since. And look what he's brought to Bill Platt. Just look at the facility. If you look at the next building across there, you have a chance to go in there tonight, you're going to see on the wall Curley Dossman's gym. My pastor thought enough to say, I'm going to name that building. And I was wondering, how is he going to help somebody to do it? And he kept it like a secret from me. Nobody told me nothing. That when they had the dedication, they said, there's a sign on the wall. When y'all go in there, you're going to see it. So I just want y'all to know Queen Esther Thomas is in heaven. Y'all rejoice and have a good time. And thank the ministers that's here tonight. Thank y'all. I want to say just one thing for me. I don't want to stand in the setting sun and hate myself for things I've done. I want to go out with my head erect. I want to deserve all their respect. But here in this struggle for pain and wealth, I want to be able to lack myself. I see what others may never see. I know what others may never know. So I can never fool myself and so. Whatever happens, I want to be self-respected and concentrated.